Howdo and welcome back. Well, it's Friday at last. What a week. I've only got 5 more work days to go though, and then I'm off till the new year. Can't wait. So I've just been tidying my work area ready for the weekend, and I thought I'd do a review because tomorrow I'm off to the football and that takes a chunk of your day up. So I don't know if I'll get a chance tomorrow to do a review, and on Sunday I'm going to be brewing the kit that was kindly sent by Brew at Home. I'm thinking I'll video that as well, so I'll do the unboxing. I've already had a look inside because just to make sure everything arrives safely, but I'll sort of like show you what the kit is, and then I'll put it all together on camera. So that's on Sunday, so that's going to be a busy day because I also want to do another brew related to this. This is my Pilsner. It's been indoors, it's fully carved up now, and I've already tried one of these and I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the taste. I'm just not happy about the colour. So let me crack it open and we'll discuss it. Nice hiss, nice CO2, that's what we like to see. Nice and fizzy. Whoops. There we go. So you can probably see straight away, and it looks a lot darker on the camera, I can see there now. To me it's got, well, it's hazy. It hasn't cleared, but then I haven't brought it outside yet, and with the temperatures that we've had since about mid of this week, I think it needs to. I think it just needs cold crashing. So it's hazy, but it's got a very orangey look to it, and I always find this with pale malts, pale liquid malts, they just look, they've got like an orange tinge to them. I don't know if it's just me, my eyesight, but if I actually look at the bottom of the glass here, it is golden. So maybe it just needs, I don't know, 2 weeks out here just to really cold crash in this cold weather that we're having. It's getting down into the minuses now during night time. Daytime you're looking at highs of about 2 or 3, so it'll probably do it some good. And it is a lager yeast from what it says on the packet, California lager yeast. It's a hybrid yeast, but maybe it does need a bit of cold crashing, just like a lager. It says on the pack it doesn't need extended lagering, but it doesn't say it doesn't need any. So maybe that's one of the problems with it. Okay, you've got a nice little cap at the top. As I say, it's hazy. It's got this orangey look to it. Let's go for the aroma. It smells just like a lager. It really does. I'm more than happy with this. It's got grassy notes, a little bit of lemon, some nice faint but malt flavour there. It just smells like a nice Pilsner lager. So let's dive in and take a taste. Cheers. Kept it in the spare room, and we haven't had the heating on in the spare room. We turned the radiators off. Trying to save some money with these energy costs. So it is actually quite chilled, and it really does taste nice. I'm enjoying it. Use the Pilsen malt, Breeze Pilsen. And it was only a 12 litre batch, so I just used one tub, 1.5 kilogram. That's 1.2 kilograms of fermentables, and it really tastes nice. You've got a slight, it's richer than say the malt I'm talking about, sorry, it's richer than, say, your standard lagers, your German style lagers. There is a nice sweetness to that malt, but then halfway through it just goes to this dryness at the back, little bit of bitterness there, and you're left with a really nice citrus, little bit of grass from those Saaz hops. And it's well carbonated. Now the other one I tried did keep a bit of head retention, but I think I've just washed this glass with kitchen soap, you know, dishwash soap, and I think that's affected it. But the last one I poured, I mean, it was like a nice big head. There was carapils in here, which helps with the body and head retention. Flavour wise, it is reminiscent, or at least it reminds me of the fresh beers I used to drink when I was last in Prague. We went there on holiday before the pandemic, so it must be about 4 years ago now. But they had a really nice fresh taste to them, that malt and then the grassiness of the hops, and this does remind me of that. It's come out remarkably well, I must say. The only thing I don't like is that colour. I want it to look like a lager. Whereas on camera, I'm looking at it now, that looks like an ale, doesn't it? Doesn't look like an ale to me. It looks orange, to be honest. Maybe if I bring it out here, maybe it's got that colour because it's hazy still. And if I bring it out here for 2 or 3 days, well, 2 or 3 weeks, sorry, maybe that will clear it up, and then it will start to look a lot more lager-like, a lot more golden, yellowy. But overall, I'm really happy with this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the hops about the same. I'm going to scale up I'm going to do another 12 litre batch. I've got 2 tins of Munton's extra light malt extract, and I'm going to try it with that rather than the Pilsner. I think I mentioned this in a few videos ago, because of cost, basically. And I want to try and keep things down for a first brewer. So I'm going to try it with an extra light, and I'm going to see what the colour's like. I don't think it'll be anywhere near this colour. I think it'll be much more lager-like. Keep the hops about the same, or exactly the same, because I'm really happy with this. But what I may do is put in a little bit of flavour hop, Saaz still, at about 10 minutes to go or 15 minutes to go, just to see if it gives a bit more flavour. There is some nice flavour there, but it's right at the back. It's almost like an aftertaste. It's like a bit of lemon and a bit of grass, maybe a slight pepperiness. But I think it may benefit from something mid-palate. Yeah, a bit of hop mid-palate, while still keeping it traditional. Wow, these aren't going to last long, I'm telling you. Especially now it's the weekend. No, these aren't going to last long. I'm going to be drinking a few of these this weekend. And I've only got about 18 bottles left now, so they'll be okay for a few weeks. Up until Christmas. But I'm really happy with it. It's turned out really well. And this yeast, I fermented it at about 16 degrees, and it just took 2 weeks. Well, it took less than that, but I left it for 2 weeks. It started at 10:44 and it came down to 10:10. So what's that, about 4.5%, something like that. And it really does create a nice dry beer. Yeah, really clean tasting as well. But I think it still needs lagering. I don't think it's like an ale yeast in that sense. It does say extended lagering periods are also not required, but I don't think that excludes it from having some lagering, and we've got the perfect weather for it now. So I'm going to move them bottles out here. I'm going to give them 2 or 3 weeks. Well, they won't last 2 or 3 weeks. But maybe the last bottle will be clear. We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, I'm really enjoying it. I think that recipe was a success. I'm just going to try it with a bit of flavouring hop, just to see if I can bring some flavour into the mid palate. And by using the extra light malt extract, it's a liquid still, so I'm not too sure, but maybe we'll get rid of some of this oranginess, and it will look a lot more lager-like. If that doesn't work, my backup plan is to use dry malt. I do prefer dry malt. I don't know why I went with liquid this time round, because that's what you get the breeze in, and I wanted to use the Pilsner malt, so I went and got a liquid extra light malt extract. But I may do another batch using dry malt, because I don't find you get this dark orangey look to dry malt as you do with liquid malt. But we'll see how this one turns out. I've never used extra light as a liquid. It's maybe perfectly fine. So that's it. Yeah, I'm happy with this. Just needs maybe 1 or 2 more iterations, and I think that we can put that one to bed and write it up in the book, and the job's done. Right, well, I hope you have a great weekend. I'm looking forward to it. I always look forward to my weekends, and I'm going to be busy. Football tomorrow and brewing on Sunday, and I'm also going to be putting that brew on as well. So yeah, a busy weekend for me, but an enjoyable one. Bye bye for now.